Oh, YouTube, we said going into the game, Joe Flacco at quarterback, 37 years old. It's our home opener. We go into it thinking, yeah, we're going to go 2-0. And we lost the game. Honestly, I feel like it's not much worse, or it's not much better than the Falcons in the Super Bowl. That was a Super Bowl, so that's pretty bad. John Elway's 98-yard drive versus the Browns back in the 80s, that's pretty bad. But when you're up by 13 points with 2 minutes left and the Jets have no timeouts at all, I don't really know what to say. This video is going to be about 3-4 minutes because there's just not much to say. Last year the Bengals lost versus the Jets and they made the Super Bowl. It's one game. I'm not going to worry about it. It sucks. It sucks. I am sad, but, it's one game. Deshaun Watson's already back in 9 games already. It's going to go quick. Once Deshaun Watson comes back, hopefully we're at least 500. That can give Watson a chance to come back. If we're under 500, it better be one game under 500, but maybe 5-6 or whatever. But, dude, we got to get our shit together because losing versus the Jets is not going to cut it. I have a little bit of a sore throat, sorry guys, but dude, it's I don't really know what to say. It's really just a choke job. It's one of those things where it's I don't know what to say. Bengals, they lost. They really choked that game. They missed an extra point versus the Steelers. They missed a kick in overtime. Now they lose versus Cooper Rush and a banged up Dallas team. The Ravens lost and they were up by 21 points at home. 21 points, that's not as bad as the Browns versus Joe Flacco, but it's still pretty bad. And then the Steelers, they lost, but it was versus the Patriots, and they had no TJ Watt, so it's okay. The Browns are still tied for first. I'm not worried about it. It sucks, I'm sad, but in the grand scheme, yes, you gotta beat the Jets, but the Bengals gotta beat Cooper Rush. The Ravens gotta win when they're up by, whatever. Russell Wilson, you gotta beat the Seahawks. Every team has their own issues, dude. Really, the Bucks are 2-0. Good for them. The Rams, they almost lost to the Falcons. They're 1-1. They got some gray areas. I can't even really name that many, flawless teams right now. It's only been a week and a half, but it's the Browns, there's still a lot of upside. We only punted twice the whole game. Nick Chubb looked great. He always does. The O-line looked great. Brissett had one interception, but to be fair, it was with 10 seconds left, and it's you gotta throw it, or else time's gonna expire. Brissett moved the ball. He made great decisions until the end, but that's okay. We're moving the ball, with Brissett. The offense is doing good back to the Panthers game too. And the Panthers and Jets, they don't really have that bad of defenses. They're both defensive-minded people, Matt Rule, Robert Saleh. I still look at the upside to the Cleveland Browns in this loss today. Yeah, we're 1-1, but remember, guys, again, you got to beat the Jets. You have to. It sucks, right? But I still think in general, you look back at previous years, every team has that one loss. It's just what it is. I think last year was last year. Tom Brady lost to the damn Washington football team. Last year, you have the Jets that beat the Bengals, and again, they went on to win or whatever. Dude, every team has that one loss every year where it's what? So, yeah, it sucks that we lost the game. 2-0 would have been great. Here's what it really comes down to. Thursday night football versus Steelers. I'm going to the game, probably going to be almost sold out. We're both 1-1. The winner goes 2-1. The loser goes 1-2. The winner gets first place for now. Bengals are 0-2. They're not looking great at all. Super Bowl hangover much. I don't know, guys. I don't know. The AFC is probably going to be the Bills anyway. I mean, you're going to be delusional if you think the Bills are not favored. The Chiefs are up there. They're number 2. Chargers are up there too. They're good. So it's like, yeah, the Bills are beatable, but let's be honest here. They're probably going to win the AFC anyway. Okay? They're probably going to win the AFC anyway. The NFC is up for grabs. Eagles look really good. Vikings look really good. It's going to be a good game Monday night. Bucks, they're 2-0. It's not pretty, but if you get Chris Godwin back and you get Julio back, you'll be fine. Rams, they're still going to be there, okay? But I still think the Bills are just going to be tough to beat anyway. Again, the Browns, we had Deshaun Watson for 5 years, 4 years after this year. I just think at the end of the day, you can't really say, this was really our year. Every week there's 16 losers and 16 winners. And this week we were part of the 16 losers. You're not going to go 17-0. And if you are, well, let's be honest here, it's part of history. Okay, it's part of history. The Browns were 0-16. We were part of history, right? If you're able to go 0-17 or 17-0, that's just history. It's so hard to happen. It's so rare. And so it's like you're going to have some of these losses. It's just the way we lost was just horrible. I'm not even going to go through all the plays. Kareem Hunt did this and this. And I'm not going to break down every play because we'll be here for 20 minutes. I'm just giving the general statements. I'm not going to break down every play. But the one play I'll say is the onside kick. You got to recover the onside kick. There's a 5% chance. Come on. I'm never going to be embarrassed being a Browns fan. I will always have eyes with pride. I will always stand tall being a Browns fan. I think a lot of people, they hide their heads. They get embarrassed, whatever. I'm not embarrassed. Every year there's 31 losers and 1 winner. So if you don't win the Super Bowl, you're a loser. Okay? So I don't care if I'm the worst loser, I get a better draft pick. Or I don't care if you are the Bengals last year and you lost in the Super Bowl. You still lost. So it's like, at the end of the day, like I said, it's probably going to be Bills anyway, guys. Okay, seriously. And I know it's not the best way to look at it, but still, Deshaun Watson's out for 11 games. So it's like next year is the real year where it's like, okay, we got Deshaun Watson. By the way, Amari Cooper's great. Amari Cooper's great. That guy's making catches, running routes. He's phenomenal. You literally add him. Peoples-Jones is good. Njoku, whatever. The run game's great. I think the Browns are going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. It's just, I'm not going to fully say, fuck, man, unless we lose with Deshaun Watson. Once we get Deshaun Watson, if we get Watson and then we lose to these bad teams, fuck. Jacoby Brissett, you can't really go in there saying, yes, we should have won. Yes, we should have won. But it's still Jacoby Brissett. He's still a bottom 5 quarterback. When he plays his best, maybe bottom 10, number 20, number 22. But, you can't go in there saying, oh, this is the worst, this is the upset of the century. Upset of the century. Yeah, it's Joe Flacco, I'll admit it, but still. When you don't have your quarterback's everything. And yeah, the Cowboys won. And that just shows you that's not really a great excuse. But let's be honest here. If you don't have your starting quarterback, I'm not going to sit there and say, wow, Browns, what? It's still a disappointment. Okay? And, I get that. But, I'm not going to sit there and, act like it was the biggest, like it was the playoff game or it's one game. Let's move on, go from there. And if we win Thursday night, we're right back there. We're 2-1. We're awesome. So the countdown begins. 9 games till Watson. Let's go from there. Let's just go 500, 5-6, or 6-5 or better. And then once Watson comes back, Hopefully we'll play great. We'll go from there. Cleveland fans, keep your head high. I'm with you, brothers, and we'll go from there. Peace. Until Thursday night versus Pittsburgh, I'll be at the game.